Hello, welcome back to Truth to Hear. This week's message is twofold: live so that you have nothing left to say, and live so that God can defend you. At first, I thought that these two messages were in conflict with one another. And then I thought, well, are they two messages instead of one? But as I began to sit with it, I understood that they actually are complementary to one another. Living so that you have nothing left to say allows you to live so that God can defend you. Before we go into scripture, I want to discuss the living so that you have nothing left to say. Sometimes in our lives, the very mundane things we do, the non spiritual things we do to entertain ourselves, become a moment of profound truth. For me, it was a time that I was watching a TV show. A mother and father were getting ready to go on a cruise. They were about 60 years old and they were excited about it. Well, the mother was excited, the father, not so much. However, they were preparing for the cruise, and the day before, the mother went to the salon to go get her hair done. Of course, she had to look good. And then the scene switches to the father getting a phone call, and the mother died. It took the father's breath away. The sons, two adult sons, rushed to their parents' home, and they stopped in the kitchen and started remembering their mom and the way she cooked meals for them. But then they got into this panic. If they only had 5 more minutes, if they only had one more conversation, if they only got a chance to say, "Thank you, Mom, for being awesome," and if they only had a chance to ask for the advice that they were waiting for just that right moment to bring it up. And then they realized their father didn't come downstairs. And they thought he must be upstairs, hidden in grief, not knowing what to do. So they went to him. And to their confusion, he was preparing to go on the cruise. Well, one of the sons just got really indignant and said, how do you think you can go on vacation? Did you not care about mom at all? Do you not have regrets like we do? Are you not beside yourself that you just need that one more conversation? And the father told him, "I promised her I would go, so I'm going." And the elder son said again, "How? How? You should be falling apart." And the man stood still and very resilient and said this. He said, "I loved her every day we were together. You might have left things undone. You might have things that you need to say because you were waiting for those right moments. But for me and your mom, well, good or bad, we said what needed to be said. The hard truths and the wonderful times, they were all said and all done, except for this, going on the cruise." See, so often we're waiting for that right time to say what we need to say, especially the tough situations, the tough conversations, the things that we really don't want to address, like character issues. I love how the father said, the truths, hard or wonderful, were all said. If we can realize just for a moment that the moment we have in front of us right now, the moment we have together, when we are together, well, that's the moment God gave us. Would we take advantage of it? Would we seize the moment and talk and unload and be transparent? See, whether it's to enjoy one another or if it's a character flaw that we see in each other's lifestyles or values, those red flags that someone gives off to you. If we care enough for them, we'll be honest. to share with them the way that God sees things, to put a spotlight on their imperfections in a kind and loving way, not a critical way, to encourage them that, hey, we're proud of you. You're doing great. Not think that they already know that, because so many times people don't know the good things about themselves. If we don't do this, then we're leaving things to happen chance. And that's not love. Looking at Job's final words to his friends in Job 27 1 through 6 is telling. We see the importance of being honest with those around us. And we also see the importance of having self control of our own emotions, our own thoughts, and our own words, even in the hard times. It says in Job 27 1 through 6, and Job continued his discourse, as surely as God lives, who has denied me justice, the Almighty, who has made me my life bitter, as long as I life within me, the breath of God in my nostrils. My lips will not say anything wicked, and my tongue will not utter lies. I will never admit you are in the right. Till I die, I will not deny my integrity. I will maintain my innocence and never let go of it. My conscience will not reproach me as long as I live. See, Job's friends was trying to get him to turn on God. They were trying to get him to understand that God did not have a thought for him, that he was like a maggot to God. And you can understand how Job thought that, how his friends thought that. Job lost everyone and everything. And it seemed like God did not even care. In that moment, though, in that situation, or one like it, we might have understood where our friends got the idea God didn't care, and we might just be silent, saying they have a right to their opinion. But see, Job knew two things. One, his friend was wrong. And that wrong was of spiritual consequence for him and his friends. Anyone who would believe that God did not care. And number two, he knew that if he agreed with his friends and said God did not care about him, he would lose his integrity and God could not uphold him. Why do I say that? Because he needed to maintain his integrity. It says here in Psalms 41, 11 through 12, I know that you are pleased with me, for my enemy does not triumph over me. Because of my integrity, you uphold me and set me in your presence forever. See, we can be going through some hard times. We can have everyone around us telling us that we are wrong for the way we believe, that we are wrong for having faith and hope in a God that they can't see. We might be in a crowd full of people that stand against us. We might be like Job, losing everything, and things are crumbling around us. But stay with your integrity of who God is in your life, who the truth is. I know it's hard. It's so hard to hit rock bottom. It's so hard to have naysayers all around you. It's so hard to see reality in one moment and not confess it as your truth. See, Job counted on the fact that the Lord would uphold him. Being transparent, stating truth in difficult situations, it's not easy, but it is necessary. If you are being deceptive or withholding that which you should be released, how can the Lord then uphold you? See, having integrity means that you live so that there is nothing else to say. It means that you have those hard conversations that you know will change the lives of those you love. That you don't waver on the gospel of Jesus Christ, no matter what the crowds say and no matter the consequences. In this, the Lord will uphold you, and his presence will always be with you. This year is about to end, and we are all hoping 2021 is a better year. But let's start with being a better you. In his steps and for his glory,